Hey everyone, welcome to this video. So in this particular video, I wish to take the opportunity to announce one of the major updates to our course titled Java Spring Boot Professional E-commerce Project Masterclass. So this is a course wherein a lot of you have enrolled and have shown love. And a lot of you have also got, got like better opportunities and have upgraded your skills. So yeah, there has been few updates that I wanted to walk you all through. Okay. And for people who are not aware of the course, this is a good opportunity to understand what is covered in the course and what is not as well. Okay. So I'll tell you how this video is structured. So first we'll talk about the course, things that this course will teach you, the benefits and the recent changes that I have done, which are like major changes according to me. And that is why I thought of delivering and telling you all about these changes via this video over here. Okay. And then once you understand these changes, after that, we'll talk about the application demo. So I have application demo in the second part of this video. And then we'll talk about how you can get this course or how you can get access to this course. So people who know about this course, they know like this is a full stack e-commerce project based course wherein we learn Spring Boot by building a real world e-commerce application. And this is not a normal application. This is a production grade full stack application. Okay. Full stack application meaning it has a backend wherein we build backend APIs and then we create the front end as well that is going to consume this API. So it's an end-to-end project that we work. Now, yes, we learn Spring Boot from scratch in this particular course and we also start implementing it, okay, because project-based learning is the best learning I believe that you all can have. This is something you have heard from me a lot, okay. So yeah, what has changed and what updates I've brought in? So a lot of you had requested me to also have admin panel, okay. So this particular course has the UI for the e-commerce application wherein a user can log in, sign up, he can create orders, he can add products to cart, check out with a real payment gateway and do everything that you can do in a typical e-commerce application. But one thing that was lacking is a dashboard. Dashboard meaning a dashboard for site admins or the administrators of the website to manage the entire marketplace, because this is a marketplace wherein products get listed. And also having something called as a seller panel wherein the sellers who have their products listed onto this particular website can manage their products. So I'm happy to announce that I have added videos that cover these features. Okay, so basically after this new update, you will have access to lectures that enable you to build dashboard functionality using React.js. Okay, and we'll also build backend for this as well. For the admin panel, the seller central, we build backend and we also build the front end. And this is completely driven by Spring Security as well, wherein we have role-based access. For example, a normal user should not be able to access the admin panel or the seller panel, right? And he should not have access to dashboard and he should not also have access to the APIs. So if he tries to trigger the APIs with the role as that of user, okay, backend should not accept it. So all this is implemented. And if you are a seller, you should not have access to the admin panel, okay, but administrator can access everything. So that's how the things are designed. And this role-based access and the security is implemented in both front end as well as back end. So you will see UI changes happening based on who the user is in the front end. And you will see APIs respond differently based on who the user is. So all of this is covered as to how you can implement this in your professional production grade projects tomorrow if you would be doing a job or you are upskilling yourself for a better job, right? So you will have all these skills wherein we implement all of this. Okay. So yeah, this is a major update. I have also included a study plan inside the course because this course has become very comprehensive and very long. And I thought it's the best time for me to share a study plan that is phase wise. So phase wise meaning you will know like for just applying for, so you don't have to first of all take the entire course or finish the entire course to start applying for jobs. right? Because the course is long and you don't have to wait until the end, like until you watch the last video to start applying for jobs. That's not how the course is designed. So I share a study plan wherein I tell you, okay, if you want to start applying for backend developer jobs, okay, you have to watch until this section. If you want to apply for senior backend developer jobs, you have to watch until this section. If you want to start with junior full stack developer roles, you can watch until this section. Okay, and if you want to apply for a full senior production grade, full stack developer who knows security and everything, okay, then you have to watch this much. So all of this is shared in the study plan. You can take a look at the study plan. I feel it's helpful, and I'm open to iterations. Okay, if you have been following me and if you have been learning from my courses, you will be very well aware that I update things a lot. I should say I update things a lot. So just talking about this e-commerce course, I have updated this course around 8 to 9 times in last 3 to 4 months. 8 to 9 times in last 3 to 4 months. So that is the level of updates, or that's the level of commitment I have towards my courses. Okay. So let me take you through as to what is covered in this course. So if you enroll into this course, okay, this is what we cover. So here you can see all the backend technologies that we cover, like Spring Framework. We talk about Spring Framework and what is Spring Framework, and we only talk about necessities. Okay, I don't teach you everything in Spring Framework. I teach you what is necessary for you to start learning and understanding the importance of Spring Boot. And it also helps. See, understanding Spring Framework also gives you some clarity as to why you should learn Spring Boot. And it also gives you a taste of how things happen behind the scenes if you're making use of Spring Boot. Because when you use Spring Boot, a lot of things are automated, auto-configured. So you're not really aware of behind the scenes. Like if you add an annotation, if you make use of an annotation, what does that annotation mean exactly? So I'll show you. So you learn all of that. Okay, we learn everything step by step, is just I'll tell you. Okay, so we start with Spring Framework. We learn Spring Framework essentials for Spring Boot, and then we graduate to Spring Boot. We, of course, the entire course is designed using Java programming language, but Java is not covered. So you need to have basic knowledge of Java. It's okay if you don't know a lot of each and every concept in Java, but basic understanding of Java, little understanding of collections is okay for you to get started with the course. And if you find yourself stuck somewhere with some concept that I discussed around Java, you can just Google and figure it out. It's not that difficult. Like if you have limited knowledge of Java is what I'm telling you. Okay. We talk about Spring Security, JSON Web Tokens, role-based access control. So all of this, we just not talk about all these concepts. I implement this and show it to you. Okay. Custom authentication. So yes, everyone will teach you how you can make use of Spring Security, how you can restrict access to a particular thing. Okay. But how you can customize authentication to match your own organization's need. That is what is covered in this course. So we first make use of default Spring Security settings, and then we go ahead and customize Spring Security. Like for example, Spring Security gives you a way to keep track of your users. So can you customize that to your organization requirement? So I cover all of that. Okay, there is JPA covered. Hibernate is there. Okay, we make use of Hibernate ORM. Okay, PostgreSQL, MySQL, database relationship entity management, Lombok, Maven, and we use IntelliJ IDEA. REST API development is there. Swagger, we make use of Swagger because that is important to generate documentations these days. Backend validations are there, pagination and sorting, AWS deployments, and I also cover Spring AI framework. So like if you are following the world of technology, you will know that, hey, there is no escape to AI. AI is here to stay and it is becoming an integral part of our lives. So AI is something that you should know. And this is something that has been added to the course as well. Payment processing, we collect payments using Stripe. Okay, so this is for the backend, and for front end, basically all these things are covered. Okay, so regarding front end, I'll tell you something. Okay, this course is designed using React.js. Okay, now for learning React, JavaScript basics are essential. So there are some topics in JavaScript that are needed for you to succeed as a React developer. Okay. Now, I know if I just add React into the course, a lot of y'all who are learning Java, they don't know JavaScript. They know programming, but they don't know JavaScript. So I have added a free access to the JavaScript course that the details for which you will have inside the course itself. Okay. And then when it comes to React, I cover everything hands-on way. So like React, JSX, Redux, React hooks, different React hooks are covered. How you can create your own hook, Tailwind CSS, how you can have responsive design, React router hooks, React hook forms, Stripe payment gateway integration, okay, and role-based access control. So all of this is covered for React. And then we take all this knowledge, okay, and then we implement this in an e-commerce application. Okay, so this is a project-based course. Okay, a lot of courses are static courses wherein you don't build anything till the very end. You just keep learning things. That's not how I deliver and how I learn. How I also personally don't learn this way. Okay, and I don't want you all to learn that way. So that is why my courses are project based. That is what I want to tell. Okay, my courses are project based, wherein you come. Okay, we learn a concept and we immediately implement it, or we learn it while implementing. So that's the approach I follow. Okay, and I believe that's the best approach, because all of these things that you see over here, all these jargons, you will be learning about these. You will be implementing this in a professional production grade e-commerce application. And by the end of the course, you will have the ability to basically improve this application further. So that's the skill. I'm not delivering a project, okay, to you. I'm delivering skills using which you will be able to take this project that you build in this course and take it to the next level and improve it, add more features. So that is the level of skill that I deliver. Okay. So yeah, these are the technologies. And if I come down over here, these are the USPs. Okay. This course has received it has been updated 8 times in last 3 to 4 months. And people who are enrolled into the course, they will be aware of this. There is a daily study plan that has been included inside the course. And by the end of the course, you have a real project in your portfolio that you can showcase to your employer. So whether you are a fresher, whether you are an experienced, this course can help you take your career to the next level, because this project you can mention in your resume and you can share it with the employer. Okay, this will not only just help you stand out, but it will also impress the interviewer. And yes, the feedback for this course has been tremendous. You all can check it out. Okay, I'll have the link to the course in the description. Okay, but the feedback has been tremendous. It's highly rated and it's the best-selling course. Okay, so yeah, this is about the course. And now we will also talk about the project demo. So I'll just give you a demo of how the entire project works. So this is a project that we'll build inside the course. Okay, so let me share that with you as well. Also, if you all wish to enroll into the course, you will have all the details within the description. Okay, it's on sale right now, and it's the price of the course. It's hosted on Udemy, and the price of the course is less than 2 coffees. Okay, for you. So a lot of my students have also enrolled into the course for free, using the Udemy for Business subscription. It's part of the collection over there. So if you have a Udemy for Business subscription, you can enroll using that account as well. Okay, so yeah, let's jump and head over to the demo. So let me quickly give you an application demo of what we are actually going to build in this entire course. So this is a very comprehensive course wherein we'll be covering the front end as well as the back end when working with Spring Boot. So we'll first build the APIs. Okay, so here you can see these are all the APIs that we'll be building. We'll be building step by step. I'll be going step by step and you will learn everything, okay, over here. And this is the backend code that exists over here. Okay, so this entire thing we are going to build first. We are going to learn backend first. Then we'll come over to frontend, wherein we'll build this entire code base. And if you're not familiar with React, don't worry. We cover React as well, from beginner to that of advanced. So we learn React first. After building backend, we learn React first. And then we start writing code in React and we start writing in the front end for this. Okay. Now this is a front end website that we'll be building. Now I'm making use of, here you can see the products, and I'm making use of dummy images for products. Okay. They look presentable, but they are dummy. Okay. Now here you can see, these are all the products. So this is a home page wherein you can see this banner. Okay. This is the auto sliding banner, which normally e-commerce websites have. Then you can see some best products or handpicked products here at the bottom. Okay. You can go to the product section and you can see these products as well. Okay. Now this is the entire product library. I have these many products only added into my database, but you can add more if you wish to. I show you how to do that also. And observe the buttons over here. So here this button is stocked out. This button is add to cart over here. Okay. Add to cart and then stocked out, right? Now you can search for products if you wish to. So you can search for yoga mat. Okay. And it will show you everything. All right. And you have category related filters. You can filter by category, right? You can sort by price from ascending to descending, and you can clear all the filters. Okay. So this entire filtering and everything is what I teach you. Okay. You have some static pages like about page over here. You have contact page over here, and you have the home page, of course. Okay. You have the cart and login and sign up page as well. Okay. So this is the entire website that we are going to build over here. Now this website, this entire product is secured. Okay. So if you try to access any sort of secure page, like for example, checkout page. So checkout is secure. You cannot access the checkout page without being a user, right? So the moment I tried accessing checkout, you could see like I was redirected to login. Okay. You can see, I'll show you /checkout, and you're being redirected to login. So it's asking you to authenticate first. Only then you can access this particular page. That is what it means. Okay. So let us log in over here. So I'm going to say user 1 and I'll enter my password. Okay. The moment I enter the password, okay, I am logged in now. All right. And now if I try to access login over here, okay. So let me access login. You will be redirected to home page, right? So all these, so why do you want to access login, when you are already authenticated? So application knows that you are already authenticated. You have an active session in the app and it is redirecting you to home page. And the moment you log in, just observe this nav bar. After you log in, this nav bar changes. You can see this nav bar changes and you can see the user information over here. Okay. So this is the entire application that we would be building over here. Okay. So yeah, let us take a look at cart. Now cart is empty right now. Okay. So if you go to products, let me add any one product over here. So I'll add this product. Okay. This product is added over here. You could see that toast. Now you could see this sticker at the top. Okay. The cart is now having 1 items. If I add one more item from here, okay, you will see cart has now 2 items, and you could see that message up here. So if you go to cart now, you have 2 items. Okay. I'll just get rid of 1. I'll just have running shoes. Let us do a checkout. So I'll do a checkout. Okay. I can select the address over here. Okay. Any address you can select. I'll say proceed, and you can select the payment method. So you could see this UI over here. It is guiding the users step by step as to selecting the address, payment method, summarizing the order, and finally doing the payment. So I'll select Stripe over here. Okay. And I'll proceed to the next step. And here we have the order summary. I'll say proceed again. And now you can see this is the payment page. Okay. So you can enter your card information, Amazon Pay, or you can pay via Cash App also. You can also do a one-click checkout with link. Now this is a Stripe. This is the payment integration with Stripe, wherein we are integrating payments. Okay. So let me enter some payment details. So I'll enter this expiry and I'll enter the CVV. Okay. I'll select United States over here. Okay. So where is United States? Here. And I'll enter a zip code. Now I'll say pay, and you would see the payment is successful now. Now after making the payment, if you head over to Stripe, you would see this payment that is being received in your Stripe account. And you have things like payment ID and all, which we get access to, that you can store in the database as well. I show you all of that, okay, how you can do all of that. And I'll also show you how you can check your payments in Stripe. So everything from the account setup to everything, I assume that you don't know anything. And if you know something, okay, you can watch it as for the sake of revision, or you can simply skip the parts. I have labeled them appropriately. I've labeled the lecture names appropriately to help you save time. Okay, so this is how the payment comes in Stripe, and I show you all of that, and you can see the card details also. This is how we paid, and you could see this entire payment coming in. Okay, the origin was United States, and this was the address that we entered. Okay, so this is the entire flow over here. Okay, we take you from the basics, like the very basics, to completing the order, right? So all of this is covered. Now, there are a lot of things that come into picture. So if you just add the product to the cart, this cart ticker, like you are seeing this one over here, like a notification, this appears on every page. So how does this appear on every page? How can you build this? All of that is covered. Then if you go to the checkout flow, like this address selection, address editing, okay, allowing users to add more addresses, all of this is managed locally. Okay, yes, we are consuming the APIs as well, but we are also doing a balance of managing data locally as well as calling the APIs. So for managing data locally, I'm making use of Redux over here, and you can go over here. This is a plugin that I've added for taking a look at the Redux store. If you're not aware of what Redux is and how it works, don't worry. I cover all of that in the course. So don't worry about that. You can see all the data locally as well. Okay, so balancing a front-end application and balancing things between the front-end data storage and the backend, how does this work? So all of this is covered, and you have all the APIs, like APIs for everything, doing everything. You can sign in, get the username, okay? How can you add products to the cart? How can you manage addresses? How can you place orders? Okay, so all of this is covered, and we go in a step-by-step manner. All right. So I hope this sounds exciting to you, and I hope you are excited to join me in this journey. It's going to be a very comprehensive journey, and trust me, you're going to love it. So now let's talk about the admin dashboard and the seller dashboard related features. So first we'll talk about admin dashboard, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out over here, and I'm going to log in using the admin credentials. So if you're logged in using admin credentials, that should be okay, but I was not logged in, so I have logged in using admin over here. And now if you go to menu option over here, you will see this option called admin panel. Now if you go to admin panel, you're going to see this dashboard that will be accessible only to the administrators of the website. And here you can see tons of information that allows administrators to manage this entire e-commerce application or e-commerce store for us. So you can see over here we have some analytics information, like total products, total orders, total revenue that has been generated. And this is updated in real time. Now, of course, more data can be added over here. Okay, but this was a requirement, so I've added this. Then we have orders tab, which is displaying the list of all the orders that we are receiving on the entire website over here, as you can see. Okay, and this is all paginated. You can see this is all paginated, and you can go ahead and edit the order and update the status of the order. So this is something the administrators can do very well in our application. I'll just hit cancel over here. And you can go to the products tab over here, and you're going to see the list of all the products that have been listed by all the sellers in our application. So this is the administrator view, which allows administrator to see all the orders, all the products, irrespective of who the seller or who the user is. Okay, there is an option to add product as well, from where the admin itself can add new products. That is something that administrators can do. And you can see over here, you have things like category selection, all of this modern UI. There are quite a few validations. So you can see all these validations that are happening. You're seeing all these red messages. All this is something that we are going to learn in this course. Okay. And if you scroll towards right, administrators also have the ability to update the product images. They can edit the product over here. Okay, so you can see over here, this is the edit window. They can even delete the product and they can even view the product. So all this is possible, okay, for administrators. And let me remind you, administrators can see all the products across the entire website, all the orders across the entire website. And we have categories as well. So they can play around with the categories. They can modify the category, add a new category, delete the existing category and all of that. Okay. Then you have the sellers tab, wherein the administrators are allowed to manage sellers. So here they can see the list of all the sellers that are registered on the website, and they have an ability to add new seller as well. So this is something that we'll be seeing, and all these validations that you're seeing, these are all done using React hook forms. So we are going to see how you can build and implement something like this as well. Okay. So this is about the admin view or the admin panel. Now take a look at the URL. If I copy this URL and if I log out from here, and then if I try to access this URL, you'll see that I'm not able to access this particular URL. Okay, even if I'm logged in using some other username or password. So let me see over here. The username I have is user1 and password 1. So this is one of the users that I have, user1 and password 1. So if I say user1 and if I say password 1 and if I log in, you'll see I don't see this admin panel option over here. And if I try to access the admin panel, I won't be able to as a normal user. So this role-based authentication, role-based authorization on backend as well as the front end. So even a person who is authenticated with user role and he does not have the admin role cannot access the APIs as well. So somehow if he manages to get access to the APIs, he cannot make the API request to the backend. Okay, of course, front end is masked. You can see the menu options change basis the roles over here, but we are also going to have this role-based authentication authorization on the backend as well. So it's going to be a complete full stack experience for you all. Now I'll log out over here. I'll log in as a seller. So I'll say seller 1 and I'll say password 2. So this is one seller that I have created. And after logging in, I'll see over here seller panel. So remember, when we logged in using admin, we saw admin panel over here. Now we are seeing seller panel. And essentially navigating to seller panel will take you to the same UI, like a similar UI, which tells seller panel. Now, sellers of this particular application have limited access, and of course, they are sellers, right? So they won't see the entire site-wide data, but they will only see data related to their products that they have listed and the orders that they are receiving against their products that they have been listed on the website. Okay, so here you can see orders and products, right? Orders meaning these are all the orders that I am receiving as a seller, okay, for my products that are listed. So these are the products that I have listed against my seller account. And these products have generated 2 orders so far. So that is what I'm seeing right now. Okay, I'm not able to see the orders of other sellers. Okay, I hope this is making sense. So the orders are masked and I'm only seeing the orders around my products only. Okay. So if you are using sites like Amazon and all, you can see only your orders in the My Order section, right? You cannot see your neighbor's order in the My Order section, right? So because you are logged in with your account. So here in the seller panel, the seller is going to see the orders associated with his products only and not for other sellers. Okay, so you can see over here, I can edit the order like any other person can. Okay, I can, if let's say for example, I received this order and if I want to ship this, so I'll mark this as shipped. Okay, if I want to mark it as delivered, I can mark it. So all that I can do, I can see the orders and I can also manage the products from here. So I can basically update the image, I can say, you can click over here, you can upload the product image over here. So let me try uploading. So you can see I have selected the image of a yoga mat. Okay, I'm seeing the preview over here. I can clear the image or I can update as well. So I'll just clear it out. Okay, I want to update the image, but the image can be updated. The image information can be edited. Okay, the image, not the image information, the product information can be updated. The product can be deleted, can be viewed, and there is a layer like this or a UI for adding a new product as well. Okay, and it's all everything has a validation over here. You can see it's all validated. You can see all these red marks. Okay, so yeah, so this is role-based authentication and role-based authorization in front-end, back-end. Of course, we are also going to have APIs that serve these dashboards, and these APIs will have the authentication and authorization based on roles. So, for example, a seller cannot access the admin APIs. Okay, so that level, a normal user cannot access the seller and admin APIs. So all those sort of role-based authentication, authorization you are seeing in the front end will also have this implemented in the back end. Okay, so it's a very robust dashboard that we are building, and you'll have tons of knowledge over here that you'll be taking from this particular course. That is something I can promise. Now, if you want to enroll in this course, you can head over to this website, embarkx.com/springboot. And here on the enroll button, you'll find a coupon code always there, which will help you with the lowest price possible for this particular course. Okay. And you have all the details as you can see over here. Okay. So yeah, that's about the application demo. I hope you enjoyed it and you are excited to build this.